Hey everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for tuning in again today. As you can see, I'm in my kitchen here with the retro phone behind me, circa 1970s. As promised, if you watched my video yesterday, what I ate today, I promised to do a recipe video of that dinner last night. So let's get right to it today. Without any further ado, we're going to do raw vegan taco salad recipe. Hope you guys are going to enjoy this one. If you haven't already, go down there and hit that subscribe button now. Please, please, please. Then immediately click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. I had this last weekend, or on Sunday, and I had some leftovers because I had a friend come, or I'd have probably done this before, but it just like some of the leftovers have just marinated and they taste even better than they did the other day. Just kind of got a taste for this these days. Went down to Pensacola, a little raw vegan restaurant I've been enjoying recently, and I had their version of a taco salad the other day, and it was good. So I don't know, just kind of got something different in mind these days. What I'm starting with here is I've just got a bed of lettuce, some onions cut up there, and some fresh corn I just cut off the cob. Now to that, I'm going to add some, the other day too, I mean you can mix this stuff up too. When I say a recipe, this is mainly just to give you some ideas. When I made this the other day, I had guacamole, but in a minute I'll tell you why, I'll show you why I didn't make guacamole today, and I'm just going to have a little bit of avocado in there. That's a little bit less than 1/2. Had some bad spots on that avocado, so I'm just going to put that in there. Because you can't have a taco salad without a little bit of avocado in there. Well, I suppose you can. All right, and that's my base. That's going to be the base there. Now, I'll tell you how I made some of this stuff. I mean, I'm not actually showing making it, but I'm going to start with my salsa, and there's a reason that I'm going to do that, because if you do want to watch exactly how, I was made and exactly what I put in for this particular one, I've got 2 IGTV videos over on Instagram that you can check out. But basically the salsa is just super easy, and I like to, I bought a food processor last weekend because I've been missing the one I used to have. Just got a little $32 Black & Decker, and it does the job. And I actually like making my salsa in a food processor versus the Vitamix. And it's super, super, super easy. Like I say, I don't remember exact proportions and amounts. I just, basically what I do is I cut up some good tomatoes. I was using vine ripened tomatoes. I cut up tomatoes into chunks, pretty big chunks, just like maybe like quarter a tomato or whatever. I didn't have super big ones, probably, like medium sized ones. So I just quartered those up, put them in there, chopped up some onion, big chunks of onion, put it in there, squeeze some lime juice. Play with your lime juice, because you don't want to, sometimes you can go overboard. I think I put I don't know, I cut up about approximately 4 tomatoes in there, and I think I used a whole lime, or I might have used a lime and a half, but play with your lime a little bit. Put some cilantro in there, and let's see, onion, and jalapeno. Once again, your mileage may vary because everybody's got different tastes when it comes to the heat. And with jalapenos, you just never know. You get a jalapeno, you don't know how hot it's going to be. It's generally about those seeds though. I see people, I've had people tell me that before, oh, come on man, put some more jalapeno on there. Well, it's not about how much jalapeno. You could pretty much, probably with most jalapenos, you could scrape the seeds out and use a lot of it. But if you got those seeds, it'll heat you up. So once again, you might want to be careful with that as well, because you can't take out. Sometimes I play with these things and add just a little bit as I go. And then just a little bit of Himalayan salt or sea salt in there. And what I like to do is, and you can really, then you can make it to the specific consistency you like. I just like to use the pulse. I don't put it on high or low. I just use the pulse, and I pulse it and I pulse it and I pulse it until I get the consistency I want. And it is super simple. It is really as simple as that. Like I say, if you want to see it, go over to Instagram and check out my IGTV videos. Now for the meat. yeah, here's the meat. For the meat, this meat came out really nice, and it was super simple. I decided so I could get some of the flavoring in there that I had already used. I poured all my salsa out into a bowl once I made it, but I didn't rinse it out, so it would have just a little bit of those flavors and taste lurking around in there. And then I just took some walnuts that I'd been soaking, and I put them in the Vitamix. I used smoked paprika. I used chili powder. I used what else did I use? Oh, a little bit of cumin. Cumin gives it that nice flavor. So I just put the powders on there. It had just a little bit of moisture in there from the salsa. And then once again, you do the same thing. And this, to me, I got it just right. This is, I mean, you're not going to probably be able to tell that fine detail, but it's just the perfect consistency, like of taco meat. Okay, so I make this the other day, and it's good. It's really good. I enjoyed the heck out of it. But on Tuesday, when I went down to Pensacola, I picked up some, which I didn't have the other day, or I would have used. I picked up some Bragg's aminos. So I'm like, okay, well, this has been sitting in the refrigerator a few days. I was going to fluff it up a little bit, stir it up. I said, what better way than to just so I put a little bit of the Bragg's aminos in there and just worked it in. Didn't put a lot. And I did that this morning. I'm shooting this video about 4:30 in the afternoon. So I did that this morning, and it just settled in nice. I tasted a little bit right before I started to do this video, and it is good. So I'm gonna start building it now. I'm gonna put a little bit of this this meat on there. I'm not putting all that much. It goes a long way, it really does. And then I'm gonna put some sauce on there. And then for the creme de la creme, no pun intended. Oh, another little trick too, salsa's great salad dressing. You can use salsa for salad dressing. You can really use it for anything, and for the crowning touch, which I didn't do the other day, I actually whipped up a little bit of cashew sour cream. It's like the consistency is perfect. Perfect. It's just like cream, just like cream. And all this is I soaked cashews. I soaked a fair amount of cashews, and then after I soaked them a pretty good while, not because they necessarily need to be soaked so long. It's just because I got to doing things. So I soaked them. Then I put them in my Vitamix. I squeezed, before I started putting water, I squeezed some lemon in there. You're going to want to put some lemon in there. Now, I eventually had to use water, but once again, it's one of those things where you want to go slow. That's where you need to know your Vitamix. You pour just the slightest bit of water, you work it a little bit. And you kind of, the more you do this kind of stuff, you kind of develop an idea of how it's going to thicken up. Once again, I know I repeat myself over and over. You can always add more. You can't take water out. So you just kind of keep playing with that. I chopped up some onion real fine in there with that. Or no, I didn't, because it grinds it up. I put a small piece of onion in there. I had the lemon juice. I think it worked out. But then again, I don't even know how much. I didn't really measure on the cashews. So you'll just have to do all of it. All of this type stuff is to taste. So, kind of have a special little spoon, taste it as you go. If you're preparing food for other people, rinse it off afterwards. And then just the tiniest bit of apple cider vinegar, Bragg's apple cider vinegar. So that'll be the finishing touch. Put a little bit of this on top. And I've still got plenty of stuff left. Like I say, there's fat in here, yes, but I'm not using huge amounts. There's enough of this in this taco meat. I don't know. God, I don't really have that many things to use it for. I've got enough for at least probably 3 or 4 more, 2 or 3 at least more uses of this. But yeah, there you go. That's it right there. Taco salad, and it's good. Like I said, after a summer of just uber simple, I'm not going to change completely, but you know, as we're coming into the fall and winter, I'm kind of getting in a different vibe. I want something a little bit different from time to time. So taco salad is probably going to become part of the rotation. But anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this recipe video today. If you like it, I'd appreciate if you'd give me a thumbs up. This one's so simple. Maybe share it out there so others can make it. And as always, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Peace.